right, Mo. Jags versus Steelers. Who you got?
Coaching, I'm gonna go with Tomlin. I'm sorry. Like, for this team to be the record they are, as bad as it looks offensively, and I just think Tomlin has done another job once again of just holding it together and just letting it be known, like, man, let's just be us and let the chips fall where they may. They've struggled to run the ball. I thought Najee Harris be farther along than he is. I'm not blaming it on him because the offensive line has been patchwork at best.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're 4-2, and the only reason Baltimore is number one division because they got one more win than they do. They got the tiebreaker over Baltimore. I think Baltimore's 5-2, they're 4-2. So that's the only reason Baltimore has that I think that Baltimore has that one more win. So offensively, of course, I'm gonna go with who they playing? My bad.
Jacksonville.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna go with Jacksonville. I mean, Jacksonville is yet to put that game together, kind of offensively, where you be like, there it is. That's the Jacksonville we've been looking for. But at the end of the day, that's the scary part. They're 5-2 without that.
Yeah.
They're 5-2, and yet have we sat there and said that's the Jacksonville offense with Lawrence, Etienne, all of them that we've been looking for. That explosive game. We haven't seen it yet. So I'm expecting it to come soon. So I'm gonna say Jacksonville offensively. Defensively, I'm gonna take the Steelers. I'm gonna take the Steelers, man. Watt is just a beast. Holcomb has been playing well. Their linebackers been playing well. Inside, their secondary been playing well. Fitzpatrick and the other dudes outside. So their defense is just kept them in games and won game for them. I just don't think, even with Pittsburgh defense, as good as it is, I don't think this is one of the games that truly once again exposes that they can't score. Pittsburgh can't put points together. So I'm gonna go. I think Jacksonville might pull it apart late. I'm gonna go Jacksonville 30-17.
Oh man, Coach, I got Mike Tomlin. I mean, just to have the Steelers with the record that they have now, and I mean they're 4-2. They had a big one last week, and they're in the playoff hunt. They're second in their division, and that just. But once again, man, you gotta start fast. You gotta start the season off fast, man. You don't want to be in the Bills position. Now it's a must win every week. The Bengals position must win every week. When you 4-2, that's good. 4-2, 5-2, 6-1. It's good records. Get some leeway in there. But I gotta give it to Steelers. Offense, I'm going with Jacksonville. Steelers offense is horrendous, man. And I need to see more from Kenny Pickett myself because one moment he's good, one moment he's not so good. Is it the offensive coordinator fault? Is it Kenny Pickett not developing? Is it the injuries? Deontay Johnson's back, but I'm going Jacksonville. Travis Etienne is balling out. Trevor Lawrence did throw a turnover last week. And he has Christian Kirk, who's balling, Evan Ingram, who's playing well, and they got Calvin Ridley. So I think Jacksonville offense is better than Pittsburgh Steelers, and I would pick Jacksonville 100 times. Defense, I gotta go with Steelers just because of T.J. Watt, and they always get a big turnover. Joey Porter Jr., who I wanted to draft, is playing good. He's starting now. He's got a lot of confidence. Even talking trash to Odell, making game-winning interceptions. So I like the Steelers defense better. Now, when we're talking about winning, the Steelers aren't there yet, guys. They've gotten some wins that have surprised us, but I think Jacksonville controls the I think Jacksonville controls the momentum. I think they control the time. I think they control the game because they have a running game. And I think they beat Pittsburgh 27-17. I don't think it's close. All right, guys. Browns versus Seahawks.
Didn't even go.
You didn't go? Oh, goodness, man. I'm tripping.
Oh, man.
Jags versus Steelers. Yeah, I thought you would.
Don't worry about it,
You
man.
know what? You know what? It was supposed to be Mo, you, and I was supposed to go last. That's my fault. I went out of turn.
You got me, man. Hey, okay, so I'm gonna be quick on this. Coaching, I gotta go Tomlin.
Yeah.
I just didn't see this team being 4-2 at this point.
Yeah.
I get Jacksonville. They're playing phenomenal, and at this point I thought they would be pulling away with the division, but Pittsburgh has kind of stepped up. Wins are against the Ravens and the Browns, so 2 games in their division. They're 2-0 so far. So got to go with Tomlin. Offense, I got to go Jacksonville. I just Kenny Pickett's been kind of inconsistent. He had a really good game last week, so maybe that bye week helped. The running game still is in shambles. They got Deontay Johnson back, which is good.
Yeah.
Pickens is playing well, but now Fairmouth is out. He's on the IR. So, I mean, they really wasn't utilizing him anyway, but still, he was a really good tight end for them last season. So, kind of surprised that he wasn't playing well this season, and now he's out. So that's just one less person that you can throw the ball to. But Jacksonville, even though really had a terrible game last week, they still have Christian Kirk who can step up. ETN is balling. He just seems like every single week he's getting a rushing touchdown. So, and they have Ingram. So, and Zay Jones, I think, is still out, but I think
I think he's still out.
Okay, yeah. So, hopefully when he comes back. Defense. Pittsburgh's defense has been giving up a lot of yards, and they finally didn't the last couple weeks. They kind of stopped that trend. So I'm hoping that they can keep going with this because TJ Watt is one of the best defensive players in the NFL. Should be up for Defensive Player of the Year. So I got to go Steelers, even though they've given up a lot of yards. At least the last 2 weeks, they've kind of stepped up with 10 points against the Ravens.
Yeah,
lost that game, and 17 against the Rams last week. For this game, I got to go Jacksonville, though. Even though it's in Pittsburgh, I'm just not convinced. I'm not convinced in Kenny Pickett right now. I'm not convinced in that offense right now. I am convinced in Jacksonville. I think this is a big game for them on the road before they got the 49ers next week. You don't want to lose this game and possibly lose the next game, and now all of a sudden you go from 5-2 to 5-4.
Yeah,
so I think they see that. Hopefully they don't fall into that trap game and kind of looking past Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh is really good. But I got the Jaguars winning this game 27-17.
Woo! I think you're right, man. You made a lot of good points. I'm just not Kenny Pickett. I'm not there yet, Craig. You know what I'm saying?
I'm not there either. I'm not saying he's a bust.
I gotta see a little bit more, right?
Yeah, I need more consistency out of him. I need more consistency out of Najee Harris too. I don't know what they're doing here.
I think that offensive line has just been.
Yeah, you're right. It is pretty bad.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. Okay,
I like them playing the rookies though. I like the rookie. But I like them playing the 2 rookies from Georgia. They've been playing that big tight end more too.
Oh yeah,
to do Washington. They've been playing the
Darnell Washington.
Yeah, they've been playing him in the. I think the rookie tackle they drafted in the first round. I think he been starting day one. I don't know. I think he's been starting since
the guy from Georgia.
Yeah, the big tackle. I forgot his name. Big dude.
Yeah, I think he is starting.
Jones.
Yeah, Broderick Jones.
Yeah, he's been playing.
Yeah, I believe he's been playing.
Get some experience with him because
might as well.
That line is just.
Yeah. Oh no, he's not starting. He's not starting. Oh. He's not on the. He's second on the depth chart.
Oh yeah. But that offensive line, Najee Harris, I don't even think Najee Harris got 200 yards rushing this year yet. He's barely over it.
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah. It's pretty brutal. He has
300.
Oh, okay.
He's only averaging 3.9 yards a carry, but
ain't gonna cut it.
He has 1 touchdown, so
ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah.
Especially when you ain't got no elite passing game. Especially when you got elite passing game.
You got a mmediocre passing game.
Yeah, they ain't gonna cut it.
We need to run the
he got 300, but only one touchdown.
average 50 yards a game. That's not good enough.
That's not good. He averages 50 yards a game.
I don't know about them.
That's crazy. All right.
Think about all the and what's bad is all the AFC teams right now, playoff conditions, is going to be a cold weather game. So if they go to playoffs, they're not going to none of them teams are going to be warm weather. Except for maybe Miami.
Miami, you know, yeah.
Except for maybe Miami. It's like everybody else cold weather. You can't run the ball.
You have to run the ball.
You can be stuck. Yeah,
you got to run the ball. You have to.
Yeah.
Defense in cold weather travels well. All right. Browns versus Seahawks. Who you got? Coach, I got to go. I got to go Kevin Stefanski. I didn't know the Browns are going to be 4-2. The Browns 4-2, Craig. That defense is playing lights out. I got to give it to the coach. And he's doing it with two different quarterbacks. I don't know what is going on with Deshaun Watson. I don't know what is going on with him. I know he's hurt, and they pulled him for a concussion, but I gotta go Kevin Stefanski. I like Pete Carroll though. I think Pete Carroll's done a wonderful job, but we expected Seattle to be good, so he doesn't get that. But Kevin Stefanski does get that because he has this Cleveland team playing out of their minds. Offense, I'm going to Seattle. You got Smith and Jigba, who played well, Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf. You got the running back. Oh, what is that running back's name?
Kenneth Walker.
Yep. We got Kenneth Walker. They're doing good, man. And they got Noah Fant and tight end. I just think their Seattle Seahawks offense is better. That's what it boils down to. I don't know about Deshaun Watson. I don't know. I don't know about Amari Cooper. I don't know. 1 minute he's good, the next minute he's not good at all. Now, the defense, I'm going Cleveland. The Cleveland defense is vicious. Myles Garrett, who I think I said at the beginning of the year, I got him winning Defensive Player of the Year, and he's going to do it this year. They got Darius Smith balling, Dalvin Tomlinson, Joke, who I wanted, but we didn't draft him because they said he was too small, is balling. Denzel Ward, Grant DePlatte, like Greg Newsome Jr., like they just have a good defense. And if this defense does good, we can carry them to the playoffs regardless of who their quarterback play is. Regardless of all of that, I think that the problem is this game is in Seattle. And they got to travel to West Coast time. Now, defense does travel, and Geno is known to turn it over. But the coach showed us something that defense could be scored upon. But I'm going to go for a low-scoring game, 20-17, Seattle. Craig, Brown versus Seattle. Who you got, Craig?
Coaching, I am going with – I got to go with Stefanski, I think, just because Deshaun Watson hasn't played particularly well. I think he's had one game where he looked really, really good. Yeah. And that's pretty much since he's been there. Going back to last year. The game he had, I can't remember who they played. It might have been Baltimore, but I'm not sure. Anyway, so I gotta go with Stefanski. I didn't think the Browns would be 4-2 at this point. Seattle was a playoff team last year. If you had asked me this last year, I would have went with Seattle. But coming into this season, I got to go with the Browns coach. Even though I did change my pick, the fact that he's kind of, Deshaun has been playing bad. He missed the game against the 49ers. PJ Walker came in and they won that game, even though he missed field goal at the end. And then Deshaun gets hurt again last week. And then they go out and they still win a game last week with PJ Walker as the backup as well. So I got to go with Stefanski at this point. Offense is Seattle. I'm not sure who the quarterback's going to be, but if it's this, it doesn't really matter because both quarterbacks. I mean, at least Deshaun is playing as a starter. He's playing horrible. I mean, at least for that money that you're paying him. It was a Tennessee game where he looked really good. So all that money that you're paying him, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks, QBR of around 42. Like this is just not what you really were planning on when you paid him all that money. You thought you were kind of going to get that MVP type of candidate that he was in Houston before he got suspended or traded or whatever it was, hurt. I can't remember what happened. He got hurt, right? Yeah. So that's what you were looking for, but instead you're mediocre. And it's really sad because you're paying them all this money and you're just getting mediocrity out of them.
It's crazy.
So and then you also have Chubb out, so that hurts the offense. You also have I don't know what's going on with how do you have 39 points on the board and all you get out of Amari Cooper? We're talking about this off air. Amari Cooper gets 2 catches for 22 yards.
That's crazy.
I mean, you would have thought, not looking at the score, you would have thought, okay, yeah, this team went off. Like Cooper had 8 catches, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Nope. I mean, it was just terrible. So
horrendous.
Granted, their star quarterback didn't play for the most part, but I don't know, man. It's like you had to just kind of get Cooper the ball a little bit more. Jerome Ford, he left the game. I think he came back. He left with an injury, but
he got a high ankle sprain, I think.
So, and you look on the other side, you mentioned all the players that they have. I mean, it's just a lot of really good offensive players on that side of the ball. Yeah. So I got to go Seattle. Defense, I'm going Cleveland, even though they gave up 38 points and they gave up like 400 plus yards of offense to the Colts without Anthony Richardson. Mm-hmm. Jonathan Taylor's finally looks like he might be healthy at this point, and ready to go for the rest of the season. Michael Pittman, Josh Downs. So they have they gave up a lot, but overall the Cleveland Browns defense has been playing really, really well up to that point at least. I think a lot of it probably has something to do with PJ Walker being in instead of Deshaun Watson, but I don't know. It's not like I said, it's not like Deshaun setting the world on fire. But you mentioned this game's in Seattle, so I had to go with Seattle at this point. Last week, Seattle didn't play with Metcalf. Didn't play last week, so hopefully he'll be back this week. But in his absence, Smith and Jigba stepped up, and he had already the best game of the season. So if if DK Metcalf doesn't play, I still think they can get by with Lockett and Smith and Jigba. So I got Seattle winning this game. Let me go 24 to 23.
Oh, all right, Mo. Browns versus Seahawks. Who you got?
Coach, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go Stefanski only because the revolving door they've had, injuries they've had, quarterback play. They played 2 different quarterbacks back and forth. So I heard, and maybe I'm wrong with this. I heard Deshaun was cleared to come back, and they made the decision not to put him back in that game. So they wanted to hold him back. They wanted to hold him back. And so I don't know if it's further shoulder damage. I heard it was concussion, but with him being cleared to come back, they say he was medically cleared. They say he went to the tent. He was medically cleared to come back, and Cleveland made the decision not to put him back in the game. So I think maybe it was more than that. And they thought maybe because of how he fell, it could have possibly been shoulder and head. So let's see how it goes moving forward. But despite of it, I think Stefanski's done a great job. I mean, it was a great move to bring Kareem Hunt back. That was a great call. Excuse me. So I'm gonna go with him. Offensively, I'm gonna go Seattle. You know, you really look at it. You got Noah Fant, you got Lockett and Jigba, Metcalf, Kenneth Walker in the backfield. Like they have a good mix. They have a mix that is definitely a playoff caliber mix. A mix that if you know when they're playing well, they can challenge almost anybody. You know, definitely when you get down to it, if you can run the ball, play defense, come playoff time, and you know you got dynamic receivers who can make plays, you got a shot. Who I just think it's going to come down to it's almost going to come down to what offense is going to make more plays and just I understand Cleveland's defense is number one in the league right now, but when your offense is really not really clicking at a high level, after a while, you know, when you got an offense like at least where playmakers like Seattle has, it could catch up to you. So I'm just gonna go Seattle in a tight one, making maybe one more play, a couple more plays. I'm gonna go maybe in a close one, maybe down to the wire. I'm gonna go Seattle 24-17.
All right, cool. All right, Craig, last one in a big game. Bengals versus 49ers.
Ooh.
Okay, so coaching, I am going with Shanahan. Even though they lost 2 in a row, I just think that I personally thought I had the Bengals with the number 1 overall seed in the AFC. So getting out to this 3-3 start, even though Burrow's been hurt, and I don't know, man, they just had a lot of bad, unfortunate circumstances. But I mean, you look at a couple of their games, and you look at the first game of the season where they played the Browns and they only put up 3 points. The game against Tennessee, they only put up 3 points. So I just can't leave that out because that's, I mean, you're losing especially that Tennessee game. There's no excuse to only put up 3 points to Tennessee. They've won 2 games. They're not that good. They're not that explosive. The defense is okay, but like there's just no excuse for that. So I have to go with Shanahan. Plus the team is 5-2. They lost their last 2 games, like I said, on the road, but this is still a really good team. I think they're still a top 5 team in the NFL at this point. They just had a couple bad breaks, and they were in both of those games. It's not like they got blown out like the Bengals did. So offensively, offensively, this is tough because the Bengals obviously have the more talented players, especially at wide receiver. They have 2 really good wide receivers, and the third that can be a number 2 on some other teams. They have the better quarterback. The running game is not the same. Man, this is tough. You know, I'm gonna skip one. I'm gonna skip off it. Let me go to defense. Defense is 49ers.
Okay.
Figure that out. I just got to go how they're playing right now. I got to go with the 49ers offense, even though the more talented players, for the most part, outside of running back, because TMC is the more talented running back, outside of running back and tight end, I got to go with the 49ers. Plus, the offensive line is better in San Francisco than it is in Cincinnati. Offensive line is way better. Brock Purdy's playing better than Joe Burrow, even though Joe Burrow to me is a better quarterback. Yeah, it's that one's tough. That one I haven't had to think about that. I think about nothing like that in a while. But I'm going with 49ers offense. I think the offensive line kind of pushed me over the edge because their offensive line is better. I think both teams need this win. The AFC is only getting better. It's already a tougher conference, and if you lose this game, being Cincinnati coming off of a bye, you'll be 3-4. But if you're San Francisco, you've lost 2 in a row already. Now you're going back home. If you lose this game, you'll be 5-3 at this point, and that I guess that the Lions and the Eagles, they're going to kind of be maybe pulling away from you a little bit. And you still have to play the Eagles later on this season. So, and at the same time, if you're the Bengals, after this game, you play the Bills next week or the following week. So that's going to be tough, man, playing two really good teams back-to-back like that, coming off of a bye. But I got to go San Francisco. I think they're going to be able to turn this around. And I think even though the Bengals are going to be fully rested, the 49ers are going to be angry at this point. You just lost to a Vikings team that you shouldn't have lost to, in my opinion. Against a quarterback who doesn't play great in prime time. And you had your chances, and then Purdy those two picks basically back-to-back on the last two drives. So give me the 49ers 31-24.
All right, Mo, 49ers versus Bengals. Who you got?
Coaching. Oh boy. Despite two losses in a row, I'm still gonna go Shanahan. I still think he puts it together. He's gonna find a way to get it fixed. He's gonna sit down and really look at this on how to get things going, how to better suit things. Eventually, Trent Williams is gonna come back. The pieces are gonna start to fall into place. Debo is not out for the season, so I think they're gonna get it together. So I'm gonna go Kyle Shanahan. Offensively, I'm gonna go Bengals. I'm gonna go Bengals. I just think overall, I think the rest is gonna be better for them. I think now they're gonna really look at how to get. They've been trying to get Chase involved. You got Boyd, you got Higgins, you got Hurst, you got Mixon in the backfield. I think I can see them. I can see them going on. I can see them going on a run. I can see them putting a little 7 out of 8 going soon or something like that to really end the season. I can see them going on a run now to get refocused. Defensively, I'm still gonna go San Fran. Just overall pieces, the pass rush, Greenlaw, their linebackers, Warner. I think the overall pieces. You got Armstead, you got all the pieces inside. I agree with Craig. I think this humbles you. It allows everybody to. I think it allows everybody to look at themselves, everybody to refocus. And I think with this locker room, I see leaders there that's not going to let this kid get down on himself. They're going to be like, hold on, we got too much to work for. We got too much talent here. We got too much we can accomplish to let you sit here and get down on yourself. Like, let's go. Like, we chose you as a locker room. We chose you. Management chose you. Look at you got quarterbacks. You got multiple quarterbacks who was in the building with you that's not even in this organization no more. So I think they're going to refocus. They're going to come hungry, angry. But I do think it's going to be a close game because Bengals they look at the division. They look at the situation right now. 3 teams in the playoffs and one of them ain't you. Mm-hmm. So, but I think San Fran's going to win it in a close one. I'm going to go San Fran 27-20.
All right. Bengals versus 49ers. Who you got? The coach, I got 49ers. I think, once again, Kyle Shanahan is a phenomenal coach. And I think that just the way that his system is, the way he runs the ball, his own system, the way that they're good, and they've been good for a while because of coaching. And I got to give that to Kyle Shanahan. Everybody knows he's one of the best coaches and offensive minds in the whole NFL. Offense, I'm going to go with the Bengals. The last 2 games, the 49ers offense hasn't really been clicking for me. And they played a Minnesota team that has a terrible defense. And Brock Purdy in the offense let me down. And this is the fact that I was saying that you need to win against bad teams. You can't let a bad team beat you because you're going to end up in situations like this. And so I got to give Joe Burrow, who's a better quarterback, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon, and Jamar Chase. They're just better offense all around. Defense, I'm with you guys. I got to go 49ers. They're one of the best defense in the league. They gave up a lot of yards yesterday. We got to see what they're going to do against this Bengals defense. And I don't know. This is just the 49ers defense is going to be rearing and ready to go. They're going to be angry, and they know that they're going to have to put it on their backs. Now, getting to that, I got the Bengals winning this, man. I think they're coming off a bye week. I think Joe Burrow's healthy. They're going to look at some of that Vikings footage, and they might expose that 49ers defense, but I think it's going to be a very close game. This is kind of like an underlying rivalry because 49ers beat them out of a couple Super Bowls in the 80s. So this would be, I think this is a phenomenal game. Way to go, NFL. I wish it was on Monday night. So I got the Bengals winning in a close one. Might be game of the week. 28-31. By a field goal. 28-31 Bengals, yeah.
Why you say the score like that?
Why? 28-31?
Yeah. Why you say it backwards?
You said what?
Why you say it backwards?
Oh, I don't know. 31-28 Bengals.